Hi there, it's time to look at ICP through the Wyckoff lens again. Here are the 3 items I'll cover during the session if you're the first time with us. So let's start with the weekly chart of ICP. That we are still going through the accumulation cycle for ICP. And previously I posted these questions saying, are we getting into preliminary support or selling climax stage after this mini and quick distribution? Alright, assuming that this is like a flash distribution that happened within the course of 4 to 5 weeks. If that's the case, the good sign this week is that, or actually started from last week, compared to the November 10th and week of November 17th, where the selling volume was high. Last week, actually, even it ended with rejection from the red key level of 4.52, the volume was significantly lower than the previous 2 weeks. It's less than half, almost 1/3, or lower than 1/3 of the previous 2 weeks. So I consider that a positive sign. Plus, this week, even though we just started, we see a pretty long wake from the bottom. Okay, when the price tries to test the bottom of the long-term playground zone, there seems to be quite significant support over there. When we get to the daily chart, we'll be able to see in detail. Okay, so this stage probably won't happen for this weird, quick distribution. So this may conclude quickly, but still, the sideways trading or accumulation may still last for a while for ICP, while the macro environment is still suffering. So when we get to the daily charts, we see that the price is still trading within the upper half of the previous downward channel, right? That started somewhere in July. It seems to still have the effect on the current price actions. So yesterday, when the price tested the center line of the downtrend box, it bounces up back to above the bottom of the long-term playground zone. All right, this is also at a similar level like what we had during the rebound of October 13. That's where the price ended at. So while the volume continued to come down, if we look at the daily chart, it's telling similar story. So the selling volume continues to decline. Until yesterday, we see a higher red bar. However, that red bar combines a long wick from the bottom. So that volume isn't just selling. There was quite a bit of buying from there as well. Just that today's volume, even though it went up, the volume isn't really catching up. So that's the thing, that it may not be a very strong rebound as of this moment. Okay, even though it's bouncing off from the center line of the downtrend box, it may come back down to retest this line, or even hop further lower to the 2.8 red dash line over here. Okay, so that's the level where we had the spring back in late October. Or if we go further to the left, it's also October, September 2003, where the price came to a very low point to find support. Alright, obviously we don't hope to see that happening, because last time when it came down due to October 10th, that fell all the way through the long-term playground zone. This time, at least, we see it's finding support at this level, so it's relatively better than that one. Even though we can't eliminate completely the possibility of subsequent tests coming down to this level. Just let's hope that it's not going to be going all the way to the red, but stay at least above the center line of the white of this downtrend box. And one important thing is that if it stays above this white line, it's going to trade towards this triangle, and it's currently pointing towards near the end of the, I would say, it's Jan 6th. I wanted to say near the end of the first week. It's actually not. It's the beginning of the second week of January. So around that time, if the price continues to trade sideways, eventually, somewhere near the end of this year or beginning of next year, it will confirm whether the trend is going to continue along the trend box, or is it going to break outside and form a new trend. It's understandable for that to, or for new trend to come out when we get into a new year, because I don't know, for tax reason or for whatever other reasons, that a lot of big money are going to reallocate their capital, during this period. So that's what the daily chart is going to tell us. We may still be able to see some upward movements, but like I said, the volume is not catching up yet. There's still 6 hours for that to happen. As of this moment, we see a little bit of selling from this yellow dash line that we've drawn a couple of sessions back. That's where the previous support is. Okay, during the period of November 22nd all the way to 29th for that particular week, as well as this transition over here at the beginning of November. Okay, that's where we find this level, and it's currently acting at the resistance for the price actions. We may be able to see more. See, it tried to go above, but being suppressed. Let's go even further down. See the selling, it's in low. If it's low, then the chance of the price getting above this yellow dash line will be higher. But currently it's still, I would say, not a strong direction decision has been made or shown. Even this white volume over here, the tallest, it was actually selling. You see within that 15 minutes. There's somebody selling at that level. Alright, so that's what we get from the chart, and from a long-term, more big picture perspective, this weaker hands or paper hands, diamond hands test still continues. Okay, so that's the unfortunate truth for the time being for a lot of projects, even for Bitcoin. It's everybody is going through wait and see period, and it's, well, I won't say it's boring, because if you are trying to trade, there's still quite good space or room to trade, because when I did the Bitcoin session just now, I already showed the past couple of days it was still around 8 to 12 or 15% without leverage. Okay, that's not bad. 8 to 12%, that's pretty good within a day or two. Alright, so thanks for joining me. Hopefully ICP is really stopping this drop and not going back to the spring level. And this time, I wish it's building up for the actual or the longer term distribution, that we would see higher peak and break outside of this curse. Okay, remember this red line is the curse that I have been showing for a couple of altcoins, the lower and lower peak curse. Alright, so let's hope that comes and break above this line, closes above it, because the previous flash distribution did not close above the line. It challenged above the line all the way to 9.92 light blue key level. But what we hope to see is for a candlestick, or even better, a couple of candlestick closes way above this line, and also re-challenge the top end of the long-term playground zone. So that's where the previous two cycles successfully tested above that line around mid $14. Okay, thanks for joining me. For the coming weeks, the situation may more or less be the same, because we're Christmas is coming, basically year end is coming. People are partially in holiday mood, and unless some crazy news comes out, otherwise the trading activity could slow down. Alright, so thanks for joining me.